I just thought you were really down in the ducks. Like I didn't think you were homeless. I just thought you were really, really down bad. And so I felt bad when Lily told me that. And then when you told me what really happened that night, dude, I couldn't stop laughing. That is one of my favorite fucking stories.
I remember it's like one of those things where we didn't see each other for years, and then like, but it was such a thing where you were like, I have to know what happened.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, good to see you. How you been? Okay, so tell me what happened that night. Like, fucking dude. I mean, I would be the same, dude.
All right, well, get into it. Start from the beginning.
The worst part is the story is so ridiculous and so long, and I was so drunk. I still, even to this day, can't even quite piece it all together accurately. So, okay. So basically, um, I was living here in Spokane, and I, it was one summer, and it was kind of like a lonely period, and so I talked about, uh, no, I didn't talk about this on the pod. Um, so it was kind of like a weird period where I just quit my job at Domino's and I wasn't really working, and I was just felt kind of lonely and was just smoking weed constantly, just like, every bad habit you could think of I was doing.
Yeah.
And I was just like being really stupid. I was going through like a tough time.
Right.
Then I went to Ireland for the first time in 5 years. And I was almost afraid to go back because I had a weird feeling that all my friends there like almost wouldn't remember me
Mm.
or like wouldn't want to hang out with me.
How long had it been?
5 years.
Okay.
So so I go. Not only does everyone remember me, like so many people in the town were like so happy I was there. They were like, "Oh my God, Matt, what's up, bro?" And then I ended up like impulsively going to a festival with them, and bro, it was like the best trip of my fucking life.
Yeah.
But because like because it was so good to go from that to coming back to Spokane by myself, just completely alone, that almost sent me into like a worse depression
Yeah.
because sometimes it takes like a really incredible experience, like like a temporary, really amazing experience to then put in perspective how shit your day-to-day life is compared to that experience. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
It's sort of like
Sad.
it's sort of like how they say like a lot of Olympic athletes have like the blues after and get depressed
Yeah.
because it's such a high.
Especially with that, 'cause most of them just go back to a normal 9 to 5.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Um, so I came back and I kind of just started picked up where I left off, just doing the same shit, but I started drinking a lot.
Yeah.
And I just like, so there was this one dive bar, Ichabod's,
Yeah.
that I started going to like a lot. And really cool bar, cool atmosphere. Bartender was cool. Like people that were fucking drunks, but they were actually cool. They weren't like shitheads.
Yep.
So I kind of started to like make friends there that I would only hang out with. That's the thing about making friends at bars. Like not all of them, but a lot of them, you're only gonna hang out with them at the bar.
Yep.
So if you don't have any other friends, but you want to hang out with friends, you're gonna be at the
You're going
fucking
to
bar.
drink. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I would just get so drunk. I never did anything really stupid, but like the bartender would always have to be like, "No, you probably shouldn't drive. Like, give me your keys."
Right.
And then so basically, I mean, sort of similar to your story about like drinking too much Fireball, but when some nights just the alcohol just hits different. It just,
Goes down easy.
yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's almost like when a fighter is a weaker chin and they get knocked out easier.
Sure.
I don't know. It's sort of like
Sure.
it just, for whatever reason, the alcohol just grabs a hold of you in a way that it never has before.
Uh-huh.
So that happened to me. Um, so I drove there. So one of my like drunk friends fucking gave me a ride home. But very close drive, like less than 5 minutes, maybe less on a night with no traffic.
Yeah.
So, um, he dropped. So we drove by the 7-Eleven, and I remembered I didn't have any food at home. So I was like, "Yo, drop me off at the 7-Eleven," because I was gonna get like a Devour
And you lived right next to the 7-Eleven.
Yeah, and then he was like, "You sure?" And I was like, "Yeah, no problem. I'm like a 2-minute walk away from here, so I'm gonna just get some food and then walk home." And he was like, "You sure?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "All right." I go in, I buy a 7-Eleven, and then some cigarettes. Did I say I buy a 7-Eleven?
Stop by a 7-Eleven. Whatever.
I think I might have said that. But I bought a Devour, like a mac and cheese microwave meal, and some cigarettes. So then across the street, there's like these apartments, and like the back of them, like where the balcony is facing towards that road, that intersection, right where the 7-Eleven is.
Uh-huh.
And on top of this rock, which is literally right outside someone's balcony on their apartment,
Yeah.
I climb up that rock because it just seemed like a cool view. And then I was smoking cigarettes up there. And I was so drunk that my phone, wallet, and keys fell down the crack of the rock. It was a big rock, too. So then I start to walk home, and I'm like, wait, where the fuck are my phone, wallet, and keys? So then I go to the 7-Eleven, and because I thought I'd dropped them there. So I go in the 7-Eleven, and I'm like drunk, stumbling around, like I'm like lifting up like Reese's Pieces and Butterfingers, being like, is my fucking phone here? Is my phone here? My keys here? And then the guy's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's Indian for that.
And then I was like, I'm just looking for my phone, wallet, and keys. I can't get home. Please, I swear they're here under the Nutter Butters. And he's like, I call cops right now.
Yeah.
I call cops right now. And I was like, don't be a fucking dick. I just need my phone and keys.
What time is it?
Dude, it's like 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Bro. And fucking, so the cops come. And, dude, I was so drunk that, like, it's almost like a piece of my brain was missing or just not working.
Yeah.
Like the part of your brain that, like, stores, like, memory and common sense. So the cops come, and they're like, okay, so you said you were looking for your phone, wallet, and keys. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, where's your car? And I was like, I don't know. I think someone stole it. But it was just at the bar.
Yeah. And you don't remember that?
No.
Yeah.
So then they were like, how do you not remember where your car is? And I was like, I don't fucking know. It's just fun. Well, my keys.
They're wasting these cops' time.
Bro. And so fucking nothing came of it. In fact, the only thing that came of it was the cops being there because of my drunk ass, then caught 2 dudes behind the 7-Eleven smoking crack in their car.
That's right.
So then the crackheads are like, fucking drunk idiot.
This guy.
If this guy hadn't fucking drinking too many Long Islands at the fucking bar, we'd be smoking crack, having the time of our lives in the 7-Eleven parking lot. So it's like, sorry guys, I'll go buy you some crack. Like, I'll make it up to you guys. Right? No, I didn't say that. But, so the cops left. Bro, I just did not have the slightest clue where my phone, wallet, and keys were. And dude, like, if you don't have your wallet, you can lose and get away with. But your phone and keys.
Everything essential.
And I didn't know where my car was.
And you're drunk off your ass.
I did, like, dude, so in my head, I didn't have my phone, couldn't call anyone, didn't have my keys, couldn't get into my apartment, and in my head, someone had stolen my car, and I was drunk, wandering around, just like a homeless guy for fucking hours.
Yeah.
So I became like one of the tribe, like one of those people that does that.
Yeah.
Because that's like a whole community.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so
They all hang around there too at that intersection.
yeah, I was like, all right, I guess I'm just one of you girls now.
You should have head back up the cliff and
I was like,
see it for it.
I was like, I saw riddles. Like, what do we do? Just sort of walk around, smoke cigarettes?
Find some crack.
They were like, yeah, well, you got my dealer fucking arrested, so we're have to wait a week or two to do that.
The cops here.
Yeah. So, okay, so, dude, I'm telling you, just for like, and I was so drunk and I was so desperate just to get into my bed and sleep.
Yeah.
I didn't stop for like 1 minute. For literally from 3 in the morning till 1 p.m. So 10 hours. I was just walking around.
Where? Walking around the 7-Eleven, your apartment?
Just that entire area.
Yeah.
Like any single spot in that area you could think of, I walked around in circles for. And then, bro, dude, like the sun, like the light came out and it was blazing with the heat, and oh, dude, it was just like, it was the most miserable experience I've ever experienced. Like, it was, I really can't believe that happened, dude.
It's so idiotic.
Yeah, and then so that thanks.
You already know that.
I know. This store's giving me anxiety, bro. Just like that stuff was giving you.
Right? Just hit the next stick.
Yeah, I gotta take a break,
Oh
and we'll be back with the conclusion.
my god. It's so scary, dude.
The worst part is that's not even the whole story.
I know, you gotta keep going. If you can.
I can. I don't know if I couldn't without this. Okay. So, I then, so I was still pretty hammered and just tired and just fucked up. My brain started to work a little bit. I think it was like a piece of dirt that I ate that like gave me like some nutrients to my brain. It's a dumb joke. I didn't actually eat dirt.
I know.
I was close to it. I was starting to.
Did you feel anything though at 11 the first time you were
I
there?
didn't have my wallet.
The first time you were there? Like before you lost your wallet? Please.
I bought cigarettes and a frozen microwave meal.
Okay.
So I couldn't eat that.
What was the microwave meal? Were you walking around with it?
I think I just threw it into someone's like
Just pissed.
into the bed of someone's random truck, or I don't know. I was like, forget this. I already my fucking phone, wallet, and keys.
Okay.
So dude, so then my brain starts to turn on a little bit. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go back to the bar because it's open now. It's been open for hours. I was just too stupid to realize, and like, see if my phone, wallet, and keys are there.
Yeah.
So I go there, and my car is there. I'm like, my car.
It's here. It's not stolen. You thought it was stolen that whole time.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, the thief brought it back. That was so nice of them. No, I was
So pissed.
no, I know. I didn't actually think that. I was like, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Of course, you drove here last night, got too drunk, someone else drove you home, and then it got left here. Of course.
And your keys are going to be there.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So then, okay, I also definitely have the times wrong. Because I got there before they opened. So that's why so I got there before they opened. So I had to like wait there for a couple hours for them to open. So then I went into the Walgreens to like use the bathroom. And this is like, the timing could not have been any more perfect. Like, you would think it was like a movie, but as I'm coming around the corner, I almost literally, like in a movie scene, or the nerd bumps into the pretty girl,
Yeah.
bumped into Lily.
Yeah.
And then she was like, sorry, Matt? And I looked like fucking hell. She was like, are you okay? And I was like, no. I don't know. And
She told us you looked homeless, bro.
bro, it was bad. So then I don't even know what we said in exchange to each other, but I pretty much just explained like, oh, I got too fucked up, and I'm pretty sure my wallet, phone, and keys are in this bar. I'm just waiting for them to open. She was like, do you want to like come into my... She was working at a bar and grill right next to the bar.
Yeah. And they do breakfast there, so they're open in the morning.
Yeah, so I think I went in there and I got like some free hash browns or some shit.
Yeah.
So then I went outside and then I went to go sleep in the grass.
Yeah.
And but it was right by the main road, so it was so loud. I went back into Walgreens. No, I went into the bathroom of the bar and grill, got a bunch of paper towels and put them in my ear to like
To drown out the noise?
yeah, so
No
so I
way.
could try and sleep.
Look more homeless.
Yeah, and then
Look like a psycho.
like in the piece of grass there was like a tiny like a little fucking brick wall like this tall. So there was like the tiniest bit of shade. So I like curled up like a worm in that tiny bit of shade and was trying to get some sleep, and I just could not sleep.
So dumb.
Sorry, this is a long story.
Bro, keep going.
So,
Again, this is one of my favorite stories.
so then I go into the bar, and this bartender I've never seen because I've never been to this bar in the morning. And I explained the story, and then I was like, "Can you contact the bartenders from last night?" And then she was like, "Dude, she was like a fucking boomer." She was like, "Oh, I have a flip phone. I don't even have any social media. Like,
Yeah.
I have no idea how to contact
She
them,
doesn't wanna
get the
help you."
numbers." That's possibly it. I'm like, I'm helping this fucking weirdo.
This drunk.
That's possible.
This homeless guy that just walked in.
Yeah. She was like, "Oh, fucking, I gotta deal with this first thing in the morning."
His napkins in his ears, for fuck's sake.
I was like, "Oh yeah, this. I'm sorry." Fucking so then she was like, so then I like was Facebook friends with one of the bartenders. So she said, "Oh, the library's across the road. You could go there and log into your Facebook and try and message her."
Such a boomer move, by the way.
Yeah.
Hit the library, use one of their public computers.
Dude, so I did just that. I walked over to the library. Bro, the library was like dead empty, but there was one like special needs kid that would not stop screaming.
Yeah.
And and on top,
And you're hungover.
bro, and yeah, and I couldn't fucking figure out my Facebook password.
Oh.
So, dude, like everything that could have possibly went wrong was going wrong, and at this, I was getting close to like offing myself at this point. It was,
Christ.
bro, it was getting so bad, and I didn't know how much more I could handle. So then I just couldn't figure it out. So I went back to the bar, and the lady felt so bad. She gave me a free Bud Light.
Oh, really?
So I was like, oh.
It's on the house, you
I was
drunk.
I was like, yeah, I've earned this Bud Light.
Fuck yeah, you fucking earned it, my God.
Fuck. So then I didn't know what to do. So I walked all the way back down to the 7-Eleven.
Hey, this is Miles. We're talking Miles here.
Yeah, Miles. So that guy was still working.
Wow.
So I don't know how. He must have been low on money. He was doing a 12-hour or something. But it's not. He wouldn't let me back in there. So I went across to the Maverick. So I was like, "Hey, can I use your phone?" So they had like this like shitty old phone. So I called my parents, and I'm on the phone, and everyone's like staring at me because I look like fucking. I don't know. It's almost like you wouldn't draw much attention. Like a homeless person wouldn't draw much attention, but when a person that's clearly not homeless looks homeless,
Yeah.
it's like, what the fuck's going on with this dude?
Clearly not homeless, but you can tell he just needs some help.
Yeah, and it's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So then I told my parents, so they sent a locksmith to my apartment,
Oh, right.
and then they opened up the apartment door, and then I went in and I just kind of laid down for a few hours. But then I was like, oh, dude, no, I gotta find my shit. So then, bro, I walked all the way back to the bar
Oh, my God.
because I waited till like the bartenders that
Yeah.
were with me last night were there, walked all the way back. They're like, "Nope, your wallet, keys, phone aren't here." So then I walked all the way back again, and then it was like nighttime. So I spent like 16 hours doing all this.
Just looking for your phone.
So
and keys.
so dude, it's nighttime. I walk by the rock that I was sitting on,
Yes.
and for whatever reason, when it became nighttime, like I saw the rock in the night because there was the person's balcony light was shining on the rock.
Uh-huh.
So that triggered a memory.
Yep.
It's like in The Hangover, you know, and they're like the whole movie they're looking for Doug.
Yep.
And at the very end, like what's the main guy, Phil or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, it all comes back. He's like, I know where Doug is. Stu. Yeah, so I was like, The Rock. The Rock. So I go up to The Rock, and then this is back when we used to watch Nelk.
Yeah.
So I think on the same merch drop that I bought this shirt,
Yeah.
I bought like a white snapback that said Steve will do it, healthiest man alive on it.
Yeah.
So I found that hat up there. So I was like, okay, I know my shit's up here.
Whoa.
So then I looked down The Rock. It took me 30 minutes to get all of my shit so far down the crack of The Rock.
Oh my
And I
God.
found my phone, wallet, and keys. And
Thank God.
And then I go home, and then I slept for 17 straight days.
Much deserved. Much deserved, dude. How long before you drank again after that? Because you must have been so fucking, just so much anxiety.
Yeah, I think 4 whole days.
Yeah, okay, that's... It's expecting something a little more.
No, I'm
As I crack.
I'll be honest with you,
Like Claw Surge. Thank you for this, by the way.
yeah, no problem. It was almost like weirdly hard to tell that story.
Yeah, because you feel like a lowlife?
Yes.
Way?
Yes, but at the same time, like, I just kind of relived it,
Yeah.
and it was... Could you imagine going through that?
No. But you know what I'm thinking? Like, I've heard this story like 3 times now. I laugh every time. I love this story. In a way, you're like a vigilante, dude. You fucking you got some crackheads busted that night. You were a man of the night.
Yeah.
You were a night crawler.
It would be funny if, like, I got invited down to Spokane City Hall and they gave me, like, an award.
You got a key to the city. This man accidentally busts crackheads in the night.
Thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed that clip from the Doe Show. Be sure to check out another clip or check out the full episode. Peace out, bitches.